On a quiet Arizona highway, one moment changed Emily's entire life. After a tragic accident left her unable to walk, everyone gave up on her, except one young mechanic. This is the powerful, true inspired story of courage, hope, and a miracle built by human hands. Like, share, and subscribe. And tell us where you're watching from. Now let's get started. Emily Carter had always been the kind of woman who thrived on motion. Living just outside Phoenix, Arizona, she loved exploring desert trails, teaching fitness classes, and helping others improve their health. Her days were filled with activity, sunlight, and the satisfaction of watching her students grow stronger. But one late afternoon on Highway 202, everything changed in a split second. A speeding truck lost control, swerving into her lane and crashing into her car with devastating force. The violent impact flipped her vehicle and left her trapped until help arrived. That day marked the end of the life she once knew. When Emily woke up in the hospital, the white lights felt harsh and unfamiliar. Nurses spoke gently, doctors moved with practiced seriousness, and her family hovered around her bed with worry etched across their faces. Emily tried to move her legs but felt nothing. Panic spread through her chest as she realized her body no longer responded. Doctors explained that her spine had suffered severe trauma and the likelihood of walking again was extremely low. Hearing those words felt like a blow stronger than the crash itself. Her world, once full of movement, suddenly felt painfully still. The weeks that followed were a blur of medical tests, surgeries, and endless attempts to adjust to her new reality. Emily's once strong muscles weakened, and the pain of the injury combined with emotional exhaustion made every day feel heavier than the last. The hospital provided her with a temporary wheelchair, but it was uncomfortable and barely functional. The damaged one from the crash had bent frames, broken wheels, and a cracked seat. Even sitting for long periods became agonizing. Emily learned to push forward, but each movement reminded her of everything she had lost. When she was finally discharged, Emily tried to resume life in her small apartment, but nothing worked the way it used to. The simplest tasks, moving from room to room, cooking a meal, reaching shelves, had turned into exhausting battles. The temporary wheelchair rattled against the floors and scraped painfully against her hands. She contacted her insurance, but the wait time for repairs or replacements stretched months into the future. The cost of private repair services was too high, and every mechanic she visited looked at the wheelchair like an impossible puzzle. Each refusal chipped another piece of hope away. One morning, determined not to give up, Emily loaded the broken wheelchair into a rideshare and traveled around Phoenix, visiting any repair shop she could find. She went from one place to another, explaining her situation, showing them the bent metal and locked wheels. Some mechanics shook their heads before even touching it. Others barely gave her a glance before saying the job wasn't worth the time. By late afternoon, the Arizona sun was harsh, her arms were tired, and her heart felt heavier than ever. She waited outside the last shop on her list, only to be told once again that no one could help. As she sat on the curb outside the shop, watching people walk by with ease, something inside her broke. Tears streamed down her face, not just from pain, but from the feeling of helplessness she had never known before. Emily had always been independent, strong, and determined, but now she felt trapped in a body that refused to cooperate and a world that seemed to have given up on her. The sun slowly dipped lower, casting long shadows across the pavement, and she wondered if she would ever regain even a small piece of her former life. She didn't notice the young man approaching until she heard footsteps stop near her. When Emily looked up, she saw a tall, lean figure with messy, dark hair and grease-stained hands. He looked no older than his mid-20s, dressed in a mechanic's uniform with patches of oil marking his sleeves. His eyes were warm, concerned, and focused directly on her tear-streaked face. Instead of ignoring her, he crouched down so he could speak at eye level and asked softly, "Are you okay? Did someone hurt you?" His voice carried genuine worry, something she hadn't heard from a stranger in a long time. Emily wiped her cheeks quickly, embarrassed. She explained that no one had hurt her, but that she needed her wheelchair repaired and every shop had refused. The young man listened patiently, nodding as she spoke, never interrupting. When she showed him the damaged chair, he examined it carefully, turning it over, testing the wheels, and checking the frame. Unlike the other mechanics, he didn't recoil or dismiss the complexity. Instead, he seemed intrigued, as if he were studying a project that challenged him. Emily watched him, with a fragile mixture of hope and doubt. After a few minutes, he stood up and brushed his hands against his jeans. "My name's Liam," he said with a calm confidence. "I work on motorcycles and custom builds. This wheelchair, yeah, it's damaged, but it's not impossible. I can fix it if you want." His words stunned her. No hesitation, no refusal, just a simple offer. Emily blinked, unsure if she had heard correctly. Every mechanic before him had acted like her chair was beyond saving, yet this young man was ready to take on the challenge without a second thought. A spark of hope flickered inside her. Liam reached down, lifted the broken wheelchair with ease, and gestured for her to follow him into his small garage across the parking lot. The space was cluttered, with parts, tools, and half-repaired bikes, but it felt alive, full of motion and possibility. As Emily entered, she felt something shift inside her. For the first time since the accident, she sensed the faintest hint of progress. She didn't know if Liam could truly repair her wheelchair, but his willingness to try restored something she thought she had lost forever. The belief that maybe her story wasn't over yet. Liam's garage smelled of engine oil, steel, and fresh rubber, a scent that might overwhelm some people but felt strangely comforting to Emily. The moment he wheeled her damaged chair inside, he inspected it with the seriousness of a surgeon preparing for an operation. He grabbed tools from shelves, wiped grease off old wrenches, and laid everything out neatly on a table. Emily watched quietly, unsure how a motorcycle mechanic could fix something so delicate. But Liam didn't treat it like a simple machine. He handled it with care, as if it was something valuable. Her heart, exhausted from days of disappointment, felt a spark of cautious hope. He started by dismantling the wheels, his fingers moving with practiced confidence. The wheelchair's frame had bent in places Emily hadn't even noticed, and Liam explained each damaged part as he worked. Unlike the other mechanics who brushed her off, he made sure she understood everything. "It's not just broken," he said. "It's been weakened. If I only patch it up, it'll break again, so we're rebuilding it the right way." Emily felt her throat tighten. For weeks, no one had shown this level of concern. She wiped a silent tear, grateful that someone finally cared enough to try. Emily began visiting the garage every afternoon. She'd sit nearby, watching Liam work between his motorcycle repairs. Sometimes he played soft rock on the radio. Other times he hummed absent-mindedly while checking bolts and welding pieces. He never rushed, never complained, and never treated her wheelchair like an inconvenience. If he didn't know how to fix a certain part, he'd research late into the night. Emily learned this one evening when she brought him coffee, only to find him still working under a single hanging lamp, eyes tired but determined. "I'm not giving up on this," he said, "or on you." As the days passed, they talked more. Emily shared stories about her life before the accident, how she loved hiking Camelback Mountain and leading early morning fitness classes. Liam listened with genuine interest, smiling each time she reminisced about her students or her adventures. In return, he told her about his childhood in Tucson, where he learned mechanics from his father. He had moved to Phoenix to start fresh after his dad passed away. Fixing bikes helped him cope, giving him something to build when life felt broken. Emily realized he understood her pain more deeply than she expected. Despite the emotional connection forming, Liam remained focused on the project. He reinforced the frame with lightweight aluminum rods, ensuring it could handle rough surfaces without bending again. He replaced the old bearings with high-quality ones, normally used for sports bicycles, giving the wheels smoother motion. He even redesigned the seat, adding custom support to help Emily maintain posture and reduce pressure. Every piece he touched seemed to carry intention. Mobility shouldn't hurt, he told her one afternoon while adjusting the armrests. A wheelchair isn't just equipment. It's part of your life. It should help you, not limit you. Emily watched with admiration as Liam's dedication grew. He spent hours polishing the metal, balancing the wheels, and testing the stability. Whenever she seemed tired, he paused and asked if she needed a break. He paid attention to her comfort, making adjustments based on how she sat or moved. Emily realized that the wheelchair wasn't the only thing being rebuilt. Her confidence was slowly returning too. She began to smile more, talk more, and allow herself to imagine a future that wasn't defined by loss. Liam's presence didn't erase her pain, but it softened the sharp edges around her heart. One afternoon, a sudden issue arose. A crucial joint had cracked so deeply that it couldn't be welded back together. Emily felt her stomach drop, fearing this might be the moment everything collapsed. Liam stared at the piece in silence, brow furrowed, but instead of giving up, he took a deep breath and said, "Okay, then we build a new joint." He searched through spare parts, but nothing matched. So he did something bold. He decided to fabricate a brand new piece from scratch. Emily watched in awe as he measured, cut, and shaped metal with precise movements. His determination made her believe again. The custom joint took hours to perfect. Sparks flew as Liam welded carefully, refusing to take shortcuts. When he finally attached it to the frame, it fit perfectly, as if it had always belonged there. Emily let out a breath she didn't realize she'd been holding. Liam grinned, exhaustion evident but satisfaction shining in his eyes. "Told you it wasn't impossible," he said. Emily felt her chest warm. No one had fought this. Hard for her. Not doctors, not mechanics, not insurance companies. Only this young man who barely knew her had given her everything he had. 3 days later, Liam called her to the garage with a mysterious smile. When she arrived, he stood proudly next to the rebuilt wheelchair. It looked nothing like the damaged one she brought in. The frame gleamed, the wheels glided effortlessly, and the seat looked cushioned and supportive. Emily gasped, her hand flying to her mouth. She rolled toward it, slowly touching the smooth metal, feeling the strength of each joint. It was not just repaired, it was transformed, reborn. This wheelchair, built by a 25-year-old mechanic with a heart full of compassion, felt like a symbol of hope she thought she had lost forever. When Emily first sat in the newly rebuilt wheelchair, she felt a stability she hadn't experienced since the accident. The seat hugged her back comfortably, the wheels rolled without resistance, and every push felt smooth and controlled. She moved forward, then backward, turning slowly as if testing a new pair of wings. For the first time in months, using her wheelchair didn't feel like a punishment. It felt empowering. Her eyes filled with tears as she looked at Liam, who watched with quiet hope. "It feels incredible," she whispered, her voice trembling. Liam just smiled, relieved and proud that his effort had given her something meaningful. The next week, Emily returned to physical therapy with a newfound determination. Her therapist, Dr. Morgan, noticed the difference immediately. The wheelchair supported her posture perfectly, reducing strain and allowing her muscles to engage better. For months, her progress had been slow and discouraging, but suddenly, she was moving with more confidence and less pain. Dr. Morgan examined the chair and nodded in amazement, saying, "Whoever built this knew exactly what you needed." Emily smiled proudly, thinking of Liam's long nights, tired eyes, and unwavering belief that she could be mobile again. As therapy sessions continued, Emily's strength gradually returned. With the improved wheelchair, she could practice exercises she hadn't been able to attempt before. She started pushing herself longer distances, climbing slight ramps, and even balancing with assistance. Her therapist worked closely with her, adding new strategies to build core strength and leg sensitivity. Weeks passed, and the difference became undeniable. Emily was no longer the woman who entered therapy defeated and exhausted. She had fire. Again, a spark that came from knowing someone believed in her abilities, even when she didn't believe in herself. One morning during a therapy session, Dr. Morgan suggested trying something new, partial standing. Emily's heart pounded at the thought. Standing had seemed impossible since the accident. She gripped the parallel bars tightly, feeling fear crawl up her spine, but she also remembered Liam's voice echoing in her mind. Nothing is impossible if you don't quit. With a deep breath, she pushed through her arms, engaging whatever strength she had left in her legs. Her knees trembled violently. Sweat gathered on her forehead, but slowly, inch by inch, her body lifted. Dr. Morgan gasped softly. Emily was rising. Her feet pressed into the floor, unstable but real. She stood for only a few seconds before lowering herself back into the wheelchair, but the moment felt monumental. Tears streamed down her face as she covered her mouth. Dr. Morgan hugged her tightly. "You're getting closer," she whispered. Emily couldn't believe it. For months, she had been told she would never stand again. Yet here she was, proving predictions wrong. She knew she couldn't wait to tell Liam. He had given her more than mobility. He had given her the courage to try again. That evening, Emily visited the garage, excited to share her progress. Liam was busy tuning a motorcycle engine, music playing softly in the background. She waited until he noticed her, and when he finally turned, she blurted out, "I stood. Today." His wrench slipped from his hand in shock. "You what?" She repeated it, laughing through tears. Liam stood frozen for a moment before rushing to her side. "Emily, that's incredible." His voice cracked slightly, revealing how deeply he cared. She told him every detail, the trembling legs, the fear, the victory. Liam listened, his eyes shining with pride. He knew she had worked hard, but seeing her this happy made every hour spent fixing her chair worth it. Word of Emily's progress spread throughout the therapy center. Staff members came to watch her practice standing and short balancing exercises. Each attempt grew stronger, each moment proving her resilience. She continued to push forward, refusing to let the accident define her future. Liam sometimes visited therapy sessions, quietly observing from the corner. He didn't want credit. He simply wanted to support her recovery. Seeing him there always gave Emily an extra boost of strength. Their bond deepened with each passing day, rooted not just in gratitude, but genuine connection. 1 month later, the breakthrough came. Emily positioned herself at the parallel bars, breathing steadily. Dr. Morgan gave her a small nod. Emily lifted herself again, stabilizing her trembling legs. But this time, she didn't freeze. Slowly, carefully, she shifted 1 foot forward. Then the other, a step, just one, but a step she was told would never happen. The room fell silent before exploding into cheers. Emily covered her face as tears poured down. She looked at her therapist, then at Liam, who had been invited to witness the attempt. His eyes were wide with awe. He whispered, "You did it." The moment became a turning point. Emily's story spread through social media after her therapist posted a short, emotional message about her achievement. People across Arizona commented on her courage. Local reporters even reached out asking to interview the young mechanic who rebuilt her wheelchair. But Liam declined every request. He didn't want fame. He only wanted Emily to walk again, or at least live freely without constant pain. Emily's gratitude for him grew deeper than she could express. He hadn't just rebuilt her. wheelchair, he had rebuilt her hope, her strength, and her belief in herself, and sometimes that's more powerful than any miracle.